I'm Mrs. Princey, Associate Professor in Mental Health Nursing. I've got a case of a 16-year-old boy studying in grade 9, who has got a complaints of stealing money, excessively lying, setting fire to household items, teasing the girls, passing remarks and making obscene gestures. So such a kind of the complaints developed in the child 3 years back, but since 8 months there is an exacerbation of these symptoms which are noted. He started using drugs, cannabis, alcoholism with his friends who had the similar complaints. He spent most of the time outdoor. If you take the school reports, his academic performance was quite poor, wherein he used to have this truant behavior. Just he used to leave the school and go out of the school and roam around, and also he used to defy the rules and regulations of the school, not giving respect towards his elders or the teachers, being frequently absent, and also had problems with his conduct. Yes, if you can notice these signs and symptoms, you can easily analyze that the child is having the conduct disorder, and also because of which he can end up taking the law under his hand. Right? The condition which I am going to talk about today is a social problem, which is the juvenile delinquency. Yes, the topic for today is the juvenile delinquency. So what do you understand by the term juvenile? What do you mean by juvenile? So juvenile is a boy who has not attained the age of 16, or it can be a girl who has not attained the age of 18. So that is termed as the juvenile. So what do you understand by delinquent? Under this Children Act 1960, they define a delinquent as a child who has committed an offense. So that is termed as the delinquent. So you can understand who is a juvenile delinquent. It is a boy who is of age, less than or equal to 16, or a girl less than or equal to 18 who has done some offense and who is under the law. So such a child is termed as the juvenile delinquent. So when I say delinquency, it is not merely that juvenile crime. It includes more than the juvenile crime, which is all deviations from a normal youth development. So that is termed as, when we say the term delinquent. For example, you can take children who are habitually disobedient, who desert homes, who mix with the immoral people, and those who are having a behavioral problem and involve themselves in the antisocial practices. So such a kind of the behavior or children can be termed as the delinquent. Let us move on to the incidence of juvenile delinquency. There is increase in the cases of juvenile delinquency since past 2 years because of the urbanization as well as the industrialization. The highest incidence of juvenile delinquency that you can notice in age group of 15 years and above, and most commonly it's seen in the boys. So it is more common, 4 to 5 times more in boys compared to the girls. Now, what is the reason for becoming juvenile delinquent? There are mainly 3 reasons. One is the biological reason, the second one is the social reason, as well as we have got the other causes. So let us see each of it in detail. The first one is the biological cause. We have got the influence of hereditary. So anybody in the family who has got this particular problem, can end up with being juvenile delinquent. Feeble-mindedness, any kind of the physical defects, glandular imbalances, all these are going to, make the child at risk of becoming a juvenile delinquent. Research has found that the person can end up with a criminal pattern of behavior when they have got this extra Y chromosome. That is a survey that has been found. So this is the biological cause. The next one is the social cause. So what is the social cause of juvenile delinquency? First thing is a broken family. It can be because of death of the parents or rejection from the parents, or when there is a separation of parents, it can have an influence on the child. Cases of stepmother, disturbed home conditions, poverty. So these are the social causes of juvenile delinquency. So we have got the other causes such as lot of exposure to cinemas or televisions. Okay, children who just what spend a lot of time on the screen. So such a child can learn those things which is not accepted by the society. So in cases when the child there is a lack of supervision of the parents, the children do whatever they want to. They get into cinemas, they get into the televisions, they watch whatever they want in terms of YouTubes or in terms of social media. So the lack of supervision from the parents' point of view, okay, wherein the child can end up developing such a kind of antisocial behavior by learning from these mass medias or the social medias. The another important thing is the absence of recreation. So if the child is not given the opportunity to exhibit his talents or not given the time for a recreation, so such a child is going to channelize his frustrations or is going to let out his energy doing the negative things which can lead to the negative consequences. We got the influence of the urbanization and industrialization as well as the slum dwelling. Another cause can be the drug addiction, modern way of living, or the alcoholism. Okay, so these are some of the causes of juvenile delinquency. Moving on to the treatment. So we don't have such a kind of a treatment for the juvenile delinquent. We have got a place wherein they can be modifying their behavior. They will be taught to modify their behavior. So such a place we have is the reformatory homes or reformatory measures that we'll be taking. So under the reformatory measures, we have got a probation or a probation officer who will be there to supervise such kind of children, who will be teaching them the ways to deal with their character or mold their behavior to establish the normal life. So we'll be having the institutions where there will be a probation officers to supervise them. Like we have got the reformatory schools, remand homes, certified homes, auxiliary homes. So such kind of institutions provide the child to develop the overall progress in case of when the child is delinquent. You can also have certain therapies for the children in such kind of institutions, especially the psychological therapies in terms of recreation or in terms of play therapy, figure painting or psychodrama, wherein the child will be able to channelize all his frustration and energy onto the paper or in terms of drama, where he will be getting a channel to let all the frustrations or ventilate his emotions. So what are the government measures? So in the year 1977, we have got the Children's Act, under which the government has set up some remand homes or hostel, homes or schools which are made available for such a child with the juvenile delinquency behavior. So in those cases, the vocational training will be given to the child and follow-up services also will be done. So under this program, the central government has set up 5 hostel schools, 15 boys club and 5 probation hostels which are really going to help the ones with the juvenile delinquency. Okay, these are the governmental measures which are taken. Now, how to prevent a child by becoming a juvenile delinquent? So there are some preventive measures that we can take. Number one is the improvement in the family life. So foremost important thing is the child should receive the appropriate affection and the emotion and guidance from the family or from the parents. So there should be a well-adjusted family. The parents should be prepared for the parenthood. There are some situations when there is a parenthood which cannot be accepted, wherein they may not guide the child because they don't even accept the parenthood. So parents, to become parents, they should accept the parenthood. And also the family should be such a support that they meet all the needs of the children. So that is how you are going to improve the family life. The second thing is the schooling. So even in the school, the children-child relationship or the children-pupil relationship should be such an extent that the child feels to learn or feels or has got a love towards the school, which is again going to mold the behavior of the child. The next one is the social welfare services. Okay, even the community or the society has to take up some responsibilities. So some welfare services that are there in the society which are going to bring about a modification in the behavior of the delinquent. right? So apart from that, you have to see to it that you provide the recreational facilities for the children. The parental counseling is another important thing that has to be done. The child guidance, the educational facilities that they give to the children, as well as adequate general health facilities. So all these are going to benefit the child in inculcating the adequate socially acceptable behavior. So this is how you can prevent a child by becoming a juvenile delinquent. So juvenile delinquency is a social, problem which is very much predominant nowadays. So with the proper parental guidance and meeting all the needs in terms of intellectual need, the emotional need of the child, social need, such a kind of a social problem can definitely be prevented. Hope you all have understood the topic. Thank you.